good, whatever the time of the day or night it happens to be while you're watching this. My name's Max Furno. I'm the media and graphic designer for Dorset and Wiltshire Fire and Rescue Service. As always, we've got the man who always clears his cookies, working his magic behind the camera, Mr. Pete Cole, our media resources technician.
Hello viewers.
And we'd like to welcome you to the podcast. This time we've come to Gillingham Fire Station on this glorious day. And in a minute we're going to be getting Kate Scott to do the narration for us. So Kate's one of our fire control operators based at Potton. I think she's in Redwatch.
Yes, that's right. And she emailed in on our last podcast to ask why we weren't filming Redwatch. So we took this as an invitation for her to come and do some narration for us.
And she actually emailed in, so you know, in the eyes of the law, I think that's considered a legally binding contract. So we're holding her to that, and normally we film it the other way round. So hopefully it goes all right. Normally we film the narration and then we do our bit. So we're doing it the other way round today because there's a big meeting going on here. So might have to apologise for that. We may have to stop a bit if people are coming in and out. There's been lots of cars going past, and there's been some odd noises coming from the appliance bay that we couldn't track down. So we'll apologise if that happens as well. So Pete, what have we got coming up in the show today?
Yeah, so shortly Kate will be narrating a section on the incidents that we have been attending in the last few months. But first of all, she will be telling us about the community engagement projects that we've been involved with. But stick around until the end, and then you'll be able to hear some of the emails and messages that we have been receiving.
Brilliant. I think that's everything. Let's see what Kate's got to say for herself. Pete, run VT.
Control Watch Manager Kate Dewey was named as Community Champion at this year's APD National Control Room Awards, held in Nottingham in March, in recognition of her dedication to an annual Christmas Day lunch for people who would otherwise have been on their own. Originally held at Trowbridge Fire Station, it has now grown to an event supporting over 200 people and is hosted at County Hall in partnership with Wiltshire Council. The awards aim to shine a light on the hidden heroes of the control room community across all emergency services. There were almost 400 nominations from more than 60 organisations, and we were the only fire and rescue service to feature in the final shortlists. Alongside Kate, Redwatch Control were also finalists, featuring in the shortlist for Team of the Year for their excellent work during the Novichok incident. In support of International Women's Day on the 8th of March, we released a short film via social media highlighting the varied roles women undertake within the service. The video received nearly 5,000 views, supported by social media messaging, using the hashtag #BalanceForBetter. International Women's Day is a global day celebrating the social, economic, cultural and political achievements of women. The day also marks a call to action for accelerating gender parity. The Mela Festival came to Swindon in April to celebrate Asian culture. Attending this event is core to our aim of creating a more diverse workforce reflective of our communities.
I remember when you first became Mayor of Swindon that you were saying that, you know, how delighted you were and how you found that the Swindon was a great community and how everybody sort of pulled together.
Absolutely, and what you see here today has happened, so I'm entirely grateful to them and all the volunteers and everybody who's here today to make this a wonderful success today.
Crews from Wesley and Swindon attended the event, showing members of the public around their fire engines, while our recruitment van was just as busy sharing information about applying to become an on-call firefighter. Safe and Well advisors were taking bookings for Safe and Well visits and offering advice about home safety. In May, we held our passing out parade for firefighters new to the service at Salisbury Community Fire Station. Family and friends of the recruits, as well as the Lord Lieutenant of Dorset, the Deputy Lieutenant of Wiltshire, the Hive Sheriffs of Dorset and Wiltshire and Fire Authority members attended the parade to witness their achievement. We'd like to welcome all the new firefighters to the service and wish them well as they settle into their new jobs and further develop their skills. Our annual awards ceremony, held at the Guildhall, Salisbury in May, saw staff who have completed 20 years service presented with their medal by the Lord Lieutenant of Dorset and Vice Lord Lieutenant of Wiltshire. Also attending were the High Sheriffs of Dorset and Wiltshire, Peter Holland, CBE QFSM, the Chairman of the Fire Authority, Councillor Spencer Flower, and Chief Fire Officer Ben Ansell, who took the opportunity to thank both staff and members of the public who had gone above and beyond the call of duty by presenting them with certificates of commendation. Now let's have a look at a few of the operational incidents we've been involved in. Several crews from across the service attended a fire in a factory in Andover, Hampshire, in February after it was declared a major incident. Over 100 people were evacuated from their homes due to fears a 3-ton cylinder of toxic ammonia gas in the building might explode. It took over 300 firefighters from several counties to finally put the fire out after 4 days. Fire investigation officers say the fire was caused by a fault in a charging unit.
Thatch fire in domestic property consisting of 2 stories, ground and first floor.
After a spate of thatch fires over the last few months, we are reminding people to stay safe in their homes. While there is no increased risk of fire within a thatched property, the impact of a fire is far greater. The National Society of Master Thatchers estimates that the average cost of a thatch fire is in excess of £45,000. Over 90% of thatch roof fires start as a result of a faulty flue or chimney. Extinguishing such fires is difficult, as firefighters have to physically remove the roofing material to get to the source of the blaze. Visit our website for our top tips on keeping safe within your thatched home. And while you're there, you can also request a free Safe and Well visit from us. Crews from over 20 of our fire stations were alerted to a large chemical fire at Melbury Farm Business Park, Shaftesbury in April. We advise residents in the West Melbury and Shaftesbury areas to stay indoors and keep their windows and doors shut overnight due to the large plume of smoke rising across the area. Firefighters were still on site well into the following day, dealing with the incident to bring it under control. Firefighters from Hamworthy, Poole, Wareham, Springbourne and Swanage were supported by Westbourne's aerial ladder platform to tackle a fire involving solar panels on the roof of 2 semi-detached properties in Wool in April. It took several hours for firefighters to eventually get control of the blaze. Volunteers from the British Red Cross were on hand to provide support to those people affected. We were called to assist the ambulance service in April to rescue an 80-year-old woman who had fallen about 50 metres into a ravine at Oliver's Castle, Devizes. Our drone unit was deployed to help locate her, and Trowbridge's technical rescue team, assisted by crews from Devizes, Chippenham and Corsham, worked hard to free the trapped casualty. She was flown to hospital by air ambulance critical care paramedics while attended by a doctor.
So I'm sure Kate's done us proud there, and I'm just wondering if you happen to notice our other Kate, who's Kate D, our FOTS from Fire Control, winning her award there from the, what is it, the National Control Room Award for Community Champion. So well done to Kate there.
Yeah, congratulations, Kate. And you've actually written into us saying, "Hi, Max and Pete, love the podcast. Regular emailer Kate S will be a great narrator for the podcast, and she can always end on a cheesy joke." Well, we have fulfilled your request there.
Yeah, Kate often ends with a cheesy joke, so maybe we'll try and squeeze one out of her and maybe include it in the outtakes at the end if we need a bit of filler for it, because now me and Pete are so professional, we hardly get any outtakes anymore, don't we?
Yeah, hardly ever anymore.
So Pete, did we get any other emails?
So I haven't selected any emails for us this time, but we did have a few comments on our YouTube channel. So one of our regular commenters here is from Stop Lego, and he's written to us saying, "Hi Max and Pete, I love this podcast. Thanks for making it. It's nice to know what's going on. Is it true that firefighters cannot use the pole anymore due to health and safety?" Well, we didn't actually have to intervene and answer your question there, because someone replied on our YouTube channel straight away, and they went on to say, "Hello, as a volunteer for DWFire, I can say that fire poles are rare in modern fire stations due to health and safety, plus the fire stations being only on one floor."
Yeah, I mean, we're here at Gillingham Fire Station, and this is all one level, so no need for a pole. Most of the fire stations are one level, or the newer ones that are on 2 levels don't tend to have poles fitted anyway. I think we did do one at Red Hill Park, and they have a pole there.
I was about to mention that. I'll cut in a little bit of footage from Max using one of our poles.
No, we got in trouble from health and safety for that. So.
Yeah, but some of our older stations do still have a fire pole, and the one at Swindon actually has 2 to go from the second to the first floor, and then the first to the ground floor.
I think we need to do a podcast from Swindon. And I have heard that they're looking into putting one in Weymouth Fire Station, so a retro fit of one. Don't quote me on it. It might, they're looking into it, so we may not get it, but. I'm sure they've got lots of health and safety stuff to sort out and things, but I think the firefighters are saying it will be quicker when they're upstairs in the mess room to get down to the appliance bay rather than using the stairs. No one likes stairs, do they? And they're not allowed to use the lift.
A little bit slower.
Okay, so that's all we've got time for, unfortunately. If you want to get in contact with me about anything you've heard in the show, then you need to be able to spell my surname, and then you can email max.furno@dwfire.org.uk. Pete, how can people get in contact with you?
And you can get in contact with me by the details you see on the screen, and of course please comment and send us your questions, and we will do our best to answer them.
Absolutely, and don't forget to subscribe to us in your podcast app, or wherever it is you go to get your podcasts. We're hosted by Podcast Garden, and they actually ran a feature on us on their I think it was their Facebook or Twitter page or something, so many thanks to them for doing that recently, and hopefully we've got a couple more subscribers from them for that, but they've got loads of other shows there, so have a look at those. I'm sure you'll find something that you'd like.
And we also have loads of content coming out onto our YouTube channel, so feel free to like, share and subscribe to our channel, and look at the amazing content that we put out there.
So that's everything for now. So I was getting in early with that, wasn't I? That's all for now. But before we go, I just want to let you know that this show is expertly produced by Pete Cole and presented, and I use that word in its loosest possible form, by me, Max Furno. So until next time, no, I don't have a catchphrase, but then I'm a graphic designer. I'm not a presenter. Is that right? I can't remember.
I think you're getting the hang of it now.
Not bad. Pete, fate of black.
Adios.
Knock off, make up.
I was going to talk about the explosion at the French cheese factory. It's not funny, Max. There was debris everywhere. Do you know what cheese you use to blindfold a horse?
Mascarpone.
Oh.
What did the cheese say in the mirror? Hello, me.
You didn't give me a chance to answer. I knew the answer to that one.
What did the Spanishman say when his cheese was stolen? That's not your cheese.
Oh dear.
Come on, Max, there's better jokes than that.
Oh, for God's sake.
French bear going for a walk in the forest, and her was getting left behind. So
Come on, bear. I think you're confusing 2 jokes. I don't think it had to be a French bear. Oh, camembert. Do you know what cheese is made backwards?
Tell me.
Edam.
I'll meet you in the pub. Pack this lot away. It's a wrap.